No big.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Please make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. Make sure you comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't, make sure you hit those notification bells so you are notified every single time I drop a new video or if I go live. All right, you guys, as promised, we are going to dive into the Ziyah Harris story. Now, you guys, I baited back and forth whether I wanted to do a video or whether I wanted to go live. But being that the YouTube streets are hot right now, I think I would rather do a video. And it's okay because I think I do my best commentary on a video. But anyway, you guys, we are going to dive right into it. In this video, we are just going to break down some general details regarding the story, just an overall summary, kind of break it down just to give you an idea of exactly what's going on and what is going to happen as far as the trial. And then later on in my other videos, we are going to break down the testimony of all the relatives and see if we can't find out what's really going on. All right, you guys, I know that you are familiar with these two faces. Unfortunately, one of them I don't like. The one to my left is Jarvis Ramon Butts. He is actually 42. They say he's 41, but he turned 42 in November. Then you have Ziyah Harris to my right. She is 13, and she was that age when she went missing. Now, I'm going to give you guys just a brief summary of the case. On January 9th, 2024, Ziyah went missing. She was reported missing on that date by Annette Harris. Now listen, they say on that date, but I want you to keep that in mind when I show you the testimony, because that's not exactly true. Her and Annette Harris is actually her adoptive mother, which is actually her biological grandmother. She had never gone, they said she had never gone missing before. And I'm telling you, that's another mystery right there, because it came out later on that that wasn't true. Anyway, the Detroit Public Schools Police Department, they investigated the case until early February 2024. Then that's when the Detroit Police Department got into it, which I will never understand why it took so long for it to get to Detroit Police Department when she was a missing person and she's 13 years old. So I'll never understand that. It's a lot of twists and turns to the story, you guys. Now, Jarvis Butts, you guys, have an extensive criminal record, but I am going to read out what he was charged with in this particular case. Now, you can't see that particular photo. You might need to just zoom in to see exactly what it is, but let me read out what his charges were in this particular case. Now, they charged him with first-degree premeditated unaliving, which the maximum penalty is life in prison without parole. They also charged him with child sexually abusive activity. Maximum sentence is 20 years. And they charged him with criminal sexual conduct, second degree, with a person under 13. Maximum penalty is 15 years. Now, in addition to his current charges, pending charges, he was also on probation, and it was for a gun charge, but he was also convicted of criminal sexual assault conduct, third degree, in 2005. Now, the date of offense was 11/29/2004. He actually pleaded out to 5 years. Now, the maximum sentence for third degree criminal sexual conduct for persons 13 through 15 is actually 15 years, and he pleaded out to 5 years, and he got out in January 4, 2014. Now, in addition to those 5 years, he had to register as a sex offender in Michigan. So there you see that he is on the sex offender list. And you will see his registration number, he's currently incarcerated. Of course, he's 42 years old, has his description right there. And also, you will also see his charges where it does say that he is on the sex offender list for criminal sexual conduct, third degree, persons 13 through 15, which means a minor child. So with that being said, we can very well conclude that this family had some knowledge of this man being on the sexual offender list, being that he was involved with Ziyah's aunt, Shannon, for I think 12 or 13 years and had 5 kids by her. But we'll get into that. So a lot of people's questions are, where are this young lady's parents? Well, of course, you guys know her father's name is Marvin Jennings. Now, you know that he was searching for his daughter well from the time she disappeared up until this past summer, where he did pass of a congested heart disease. So he actually did pass away, but they said up until he was definitely fighting to find his daughter, and he had a lot of regrets, which we are going to get into the audio of that in another video, because they did interview him and he expressed not being in her life the way he was supposed to. But I'm going to get into why he wasn't in his life, where he was, and how he ended up departing from her life. Now, in the next clip, you are going to see the grandmother with a brief testimony of where Ziyah's mother is. Take a look.
You're also her adopted parent, correct?
Correct.
And you said you adopted her in 2016?
Yeah.
Is her birth mother still around?
She is.
Okay. Does she have a relationship with her?
No.
She doesn't have any type of relationship, no contact with her that you know of?
Well, let me say this. I don't deal with my daughter, so she really didn't have no contact with Ziyah like that. She only came around now and then.
So according to Miss Annette, which the mother is her daughter, of course, she says that the child's mother was not around, but did come around every so often, but wasn't really in her life, which is why she adopted the child. Now, you do know Annette had several other children living in the house with her that were adopted, but I don't see how, because according to what I have researched, she actually had several children taken away from her under CPS. So you guys, that's a whole nother beast to even, try to get into. And we'll definitely get into that. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to explain a little bit of fact right now. So you guys, for the past couple of days of what you've been seeing going on in social media and on the news is basically the preliminary hearing. The preliminary hearing actually started back here in November, and then they broke for the holidays and they started back up here in January, which is what has the social media buzzing. Now, you guys know a preliminary hearing basically means that the state has to show that there is enough probable cause to bound him over to trial, which means they have to present witnesses and evidence. And of course, you guys know there was enough stuff to bound him over. But there's one particular thing about this case that is circumstantial. This is a very circumstantial case, which means that there's no body, no eyewitness, and no weapon. So they're doing everything based off, what witnesses say and any type of, physical evidence that they can find. So that is what is determined. So 9 times out of 10, a preliminary hearing is requested by the defendant if he is pleading not guilty in a case. Sometimes not, just depend on the state. But most of the time they are requested by the defendant, because just like I'll give you an example, I'm pretty sure we've all may have had this experience, maybe not. If a policeman pulls you over and they want to do a search of your car, they have to have probable cause, which means they have to have something that indicated that a crime may have been committed. Such as we have heard a lot of people, say the police will tell you get out the car if they want to search for a weapon, or they want to search, or they smell marijuana. Smelling marijuana in a car is probable cause enough to search it. Okay, so that gives you an example. But in this case, it was found that there was enough evidence to bound it over to trial. Now, I will say one thing. I was very surprised that the judge gave as much commentary as she did, because she spoke as if he had already been convicted. Now, most judges tend to stay away from that, but I guess because of, the significance of this case and how sensitive it is, I guess she felt that she had to say something. So I definitely understand. Now, you guys, in this next clip, this is Annette Harris. This is actually Ziyah's adopted mother, aka her biological grandmother. Now, I want you guys to listen to a brief part of her testimony. Now, I'm gonna have to say, allegedly, her testimony threw up a lot of red flags to me. Now, this is not her entire testimony. Like I told you, we will get into that in a whole separate video where I will break down her whole entire testimony. And it's going to be very interesting. But I want you to hear a brief snippet of her testimony and see if you can spot any red flags. Take a look.
Do you know someone, or did you know someone by the name of Ziyah Harris?
Yes.
And who is Ziyah to you?
My granddaughter.
Are you her legal guardian?
Yes, I am.
When did you become her legal guardian?
I adopted Ziyah back in 2016.
And that was court work or paperwork filed and all that to legally adopt her?
Yes, it took a process.
Oh.
Yes.
And back in January of 2024, did Ziyah live with you?
Yes.
I don't want to know the specific address, but what street did you live on?
Bedford.
And is that in the city of Detroit, Wayne County?
Yes, it is.
Now, right here, it kind of skipped over a little bit. They are waiting because they asked her to identify Jarvis in the courtroom, and she claimed she couldn't see him. She needed her glasses. So they're trying to give her glasses, but she don't recognize them. Okay.
May I approach the witness, sir?
Yes. Thank you.
And if you could just stand up and take another look around.
Okay. Yes.
Do you see Mr. Butts in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you
Yes.
point to him and identify a piece of clothing that he's wearing?
Blue uniform with the blue mask.
For the record, the witness has identified Jarvis Butts, the defendant in this matter.
So reflected?
And may I approach the witness again, Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's already been admitted as People's 9.
When he did come, he would always pull up in a white truck, and Shannon would go out to the car, and they would sit and talk or whatever, but he would very rarely come in my house.
And during that time when he would come around and sit in his car, was there any times that he would interact with Ziyah that you saw?
None.
Now, in my opinion, I call bullshit, because she's saying that her daughter has 5 kids with this man and you never allowed him in your house, not one time. But guess what? The testimony of your daughter says different.
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. Now I want to talk specifically about January 9th. You had described your morning routine with the kids. Did you follow that routine on January 9th?
Yes, I did.
And did that include dropping Ziyah off at J.E. Clark 7:15 to 7:30?
Yes. Bell rang 2:40, 2:45. She's getting on the bus.
And was that's what she normally did on other days?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
And
yes.
what time would she normally arrive back at home?
The Ziyah would be walking in through the door maybe 3:05, no later than that.
And on January 9th, did she walk in at 3:05?
No, she did not.
And were you home when she didn't come home?
I was there for a little while, but I left out to run some errands. But no, when I got to the house, she was not there.
And at that time, did you have a conversation with someone else about her not coming home, Ziyah not coming home?
Yeah, when I picked my children up from the after-school program, I went in and my daughter said,
Objection to what her daughter said, it's hearsay.
I'll rephrase the question.
okay, sustain.
Just talking about what you saw and heard.
Just to clarify why they stopped her was because you're not allowed to get on a witness stand and say she said, he said, because it's considered it's considered hearsay. But of course, she does what she wants to do and says it anyway.
And not asking for what anybody said, but did you talk to Shannon, your daughter?
Yes, Shannon said she was not there.
What the fuck?
When you got home that day on the 9th, wasn't Ziyah there?
No.
And did you eventually make a police report about her missing? And you said that morning, are you talking about the morning of the 10th?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for whatever reason, a little snippet of that got cut out. But again, you guys, I'm going to go through the whole testimony. I think it's about 30-45 minutes, and I promise you, you won't miss anything. But this particular part, he asked her, did you file a police report that same day? This lady said, I filed it on the 10th. And he said, does that mean the next day? So you guys tell me, if you have a 13-year-old daughter that's supposed to be home, especially a little girl that's supposed to be home at 3:05, you say I'm going to file a police report the next day? Make that make sense to me, please. Okay, y'all, this is the actual video of when Ziyah got off the bus. There she is right there. And she was supposed to go actually the opposite way, but she actually was heading toward Jarvis' garage, the place of where he works. All right, you guys, this next clip, I'm going to just fair warn you, it is very triggering. So if you are sensitive to certain topics as SA or anything like that, I'm letting you know ahead of time, maybe you should not listen to it because it is very triggering. So there is a trigger warning to this. These are the text messages that took place between Ziyah and Jarvis during the short period of time, the year before she disappeared. It's very explicit. I did try to mute out as much as I could, but you guys are going to get the gist of what it is. And I'm actually going to leave you with this clip. So you guys make sure that you leave a comment down below. And please, you guys, tell me what you think. And also comment down below and tell me if you want me to go live and cover the next portion of this story or stick to the videos. Just let me know what you think. But either way, make sure you comment down below and do not forget to set your notification buttons for the next live or the next video. All right, see you guys later.
Jarvis says basement. The message is sent to Ziyah from Mr. Butt's phone saying, can you suck my d, please? And make sure you erase the messages. Go change your clothes and take your panties off. Are we doing it tonight? I'm ready, fresh out the shower. You coming over? Don't have school. Asking, you coming? She receives a message from Jarvis that says, stop messing with people and just be nice. I'm finna go to lunch, love you. I can't stop thinking about you either. She sends a message to Jarvis. Hey, you may think I'm ignoring you, but I'm not. My phone broke. Are you mad at me? Please don't be mad. Can you tell me why you're mad at me, yes or no? He replies to her saying, I haven't seen or talked to you. He had sent to her, I'm at your house. She says, damn, we was just there. You better not be in my room. He sends her a message that says, I stole your panties. Didn't I make you come faster than ever? Jarvis, I'm sorry for making you mad, but do you ever think how I feel knowing that I can't have you to myself? But you have me to yourself. And no, I'm not seeing anybody else, I swear. Then you going to hit it from the back again? Send me some pictures, please. I want some put. And the name on here that she has this number saved is Bae for life. BAE, the number 4, and then life. Are you naked yet? Come on, Bae, I'm sorry. Just not in the mood right now. I'm sorry. I didn't sneak out for nobody, I swear. I know you're having a rough day, but I swear I'm not lying. Why won't you believe anything I tell you? I'm not like other girls. There's no need for me to lie to you. The meaning is you're mine and mine only. And all you're mine and will stay mine. Go take them panties off. He sends a message to her that says, I'm trying to, can I get my dicks up today? I just want your body on mine. We doing something or what? At 0123, she replies, I want to lay with you. He replies, I'm going upstairs. She sends, okay, Shan going up there too. Give her some so she can shut up and leave you alone. She's only acting like that because she's horny. To come downstairs so I can sit on it real quick. You was right, it hit different outside. Do you like your girls skinny? That's messed up because I was gonna f the shit out of you. I still want you to do it. August 4, 2023 at 22:07 hours, Ziyah sends to Jarvis. Shan and Nana left. Jarvis replies, okay, what you saying? Ziyah then replies back, what you think I'm trying to say? I want to try something. A threesome. You down for it? Thinking about you. My period haven't came at all. Hello, you there? It have not came. Jarvis replies to her, since when? Since I was in the hospital. That was last month. I'm scared. I don't know IDK. What to do? I have to go to the doctor's TM for tomorrow. You said that you took a pregnancy test and it was negative. She replies, it did. Jarvis then replies, so go get another one. I can't. I have no money. 1443, she says, you ain't scared to get a plan B, get a pregnancy test, and bring it later today. Just act like you have to use the bathroom. At 1456, Jarvis replies to her with, okay. September 27th, starting at 21:26 hours, Ziyah sends, but are we still on for Friday? Jarvis replies, yes. What we doing, though? At 21:49, she sends back. Jarvis replies, seriously? Ziyah replies, yeah, what else we gonna do? Jarvis replies back to her, where? And now jumps to October 21st at 19:05 hours, and Ziyah sends, hey babe, I need that plan B today. Jarvis sends her the letter Y.
And now jumping to November 27th.
Ziyah sends, I just want to talk. I really don't want to lose you. I don't want your problem, but I need you to bring me what I need tonight. It's hard doing all this gym shit with this baby. And if I don't do them, I'm going to get a F. January 9th, 2024 at 14:21, Ziyah sent to Jarvis, don't forget to be there before 3. I will let you know when I'm leaving the school. If you're not there, I will wait. Send okay if you've seen the message so I can delete your number. Jarvis replies, okay, and those messages go to.
There was no further communication between Ziyah's text number and Jarvis's number after January 9th, 2024, 1 year ago today.
Yes.